Hey guys, it's Nat from Twiniversity and welcome to our new YouTube series called Ask Nat, where I am here to help you answer any tough questions or situations that you're in, and if there's any way that I could help, this is my chance to help you. So here is the question from one of our members that was posted on our Facebook page, and it reads, I'm a first-time mom of 11-week-old twin boys, and I've been worrying sick lately about the situation I'm in. To cut a long story short, I'm blessed to have a lot of help thanks to my parents and in-laws. However, I'm never alone with the boys except at night. In the morning, they urge me to rest and they sort of take over. My husband is studying, so until his exams are over for the scholastic year, which is the end of May, he can't help that much, although he's doing his best. He always helps when asked to, but I feel guilty knowing that I'm taking him away from his studies the evening of an exam. I'm also getting sick a lot lately, and worst thing is not being able to hold my babies so I don't pass them any germs. Once again, my parents and in-laws come to the rescue, but it makes me feel so useless, and I worry that I won't have a bond with the boys. I didn't manage to breastfeed, so whatever I do, they can also do. I appreciate their help, and I know that sometimes I wouldn't cope if it wasn't for their help. But I'm afraid that the babies will get confused and won't realize that I'm their mom. All right, let's pound out some answers for you. First of all, you're worried that the babies are going to confuse grandma and think that grandma is their mama. This is not gonna happen. The babies know that you are their mama. They know your scent, they know the sound of your voice, they know the way that you're shaped, they know that you're maybe have darker hair than grandma, but they know that you are their mama. It doesn't mean that they don't love grandma. That's great. We want them to love grandma, but they will know that you are their mom. If you were worried about it, if you feel like you're not spending enough time with them because your in-laws are spending so much time with the babies, then you need to have a discussion with your husband. And I don't want to bother him either during finals, but when my babies were born, my husband was working at a company and working really ridiculous hours, but I still kind of had to call on the big dogs sometimes, and we played a little bit of bad cop, good cop with our families. The funny part is that they're gonna watch this and then they're gonna know what was happening. At the time, my family would, be there so much, and I felt like it was too much. In the grand scheme of things, it was actually just enough, and I'm really happy that I had their help. But at the time, I really did feel like I was losing control and I had no say in what was happening to my kids. So the thing that bothers me about that is that you're like, you know what, I didn't breastfeed so everybody could do my job. That is not true. Nobody could do your job but you. You were the mama of these babies. I want to give you kind of like a twin mom pep talk right now. My advice to you would be you need to set some ground rules. How many hours are they going to be there? When they're there? Can you sleep? If you sleep, you're going to get sick less. I'm telling you, that's definitely the truth. When you need the most help. Do you need the most help in the day? Do you need the most help at night? Are your in-laws living with you and you kind of can't get rid of them, so we're gonna have to make the best of a bad situation? Actually, an entire section in the book that starts on page 198, and it's called Grandma as a Nanny. Because a lot of people all over the world are opting to have their in-laws or their parents be the kind of nanny for their babies. And there's also a really good section called Conflict on the Home Front. It is not unusual that, when you have a family that's willing to help you, it's not unusual to have that dynamic where they're like, we know better and this is what we're gonna do and this is the way we do things and this is the way it was good enough for you when you were little, so then we're gonna do this now. Hear ya. That is just the way they do things. So you and your husband need to get united. You need to figure out an action plan. So do you need your family that much? If you need them, what are the hours that you need them most? When they're there, what do you need them to do? Do you need them to care for the babies, or do you need them to empty the dishwasher? There's a great chore chart on Twiniversity.com if you just put in chore chart and the little magnifying glass up ahead, that you could put on your fridge, and when your family's there or friends are there and you don't feel comfortable telling them, I need you to help me with X, Y, and Z. What you could do is you could say, listen, there's a chore chart on the fridge. I could use help with anything. Please, please, please do anything on that list. And the list contains everything from sweeping the floor to throwing in a load of laundry. My advice to you is sit down with your spouse, have a team meeting. You know, I wouldn't wait till after finals. I would say, listen, just know that when the finals are over, we need to have a discussion. We need to come up with a plan. Maybe after his finals, you give your in-laws and your family a little bit of time off, and then you guys take the, steer that ship, take the helm of the ship and steer it to the success town. But figure out what you really want. Do you want help? Do you not want help? These are things that you need to ask yourself, and then you have to come up with a game plan with your spouse. I am not the only one that says honesty is the best policy. That goes for your husband, that goes for your family and your in-laws, and that also goes for yourself. All right? So here's going to be my ultimate prescription to you to fix this situation. Now, I don't know if it's going to fix it outright, but if I were in your shoes, this is what I would do. First thing, I would have a discussion with your husband and say, listen, you know, I feel like your mom is all up in our business, or I need an opportunity to figure out the type of mom that I am. I don't need to know the type of mom that she is. I already know because she's your mom. Just throwing that out there. Husband has to have the strength and the patience to go to his mom and say, listen, you know, you had your babies, and now this is my wife's turn, and I would just really appreciate if we could all support her the way that you got supported when I was born. And hopefully, fingers crossed, she had the support that she needed. The next thing is getting sick. Let's do this, okay? Are you eating? Hello? Are you eating? Are you eating enough protein? Are you eating enough vegetables? So are you drinking your water? Are you drinking any milk? Are you taking care of yourselves? Are you taking any supplements? Get yourself a regular multivitamin and make sure that you take it every day, but please eat some food. I always say, come on, how many times have you heard me say this? Well, you haven't, but I hear myself say it all the time. You gotta put your oxygen mask on first. You have to help yourself, otherwise you're no good to anybody else. Last thing is that you feel like you're losing control. Well, guess what, mamacita? Time to grab the bull by the horns and figure out how we're gonna do this. It may not be the best thing that's ever happened. It might be a hard conversation that needs to happen, but it is something that has to happen. I wish I could give you more advice. I wish I could say, listen, just tell your in-laws to call me. I'll tell them everything that they need to know, and then you will have to worry about nothing. But, I mean, I'll do that. If you want to do that, email me, Natalie@Twiniversity.com, and I will totally call your in-laws for you. But I think you should take care of this. I think you're going to be fine. The babies are 11 weeks old, and the fact that you were able to get on a computer, find our Facebook page, and send us a message is actually a good sign. So give yourself some credit for that. We are here for you 24 hours a day. Just shoot us an email, shoot us a post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. We are so easily found. We are Twiniversity on all social medias. So please make sure if you have a question, let us know. So that was our first segment of Ask Nat. I know that that was a big question. I know this was a long answer, but I hope that you guys found it worthwhile. We will have more questions for Ask Nat as soon as you send them in. Shoot it to us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Twiniversity, or you could always email us at community@twiniversity.com. Thanks very much for watching. I hope that this helped you, the mama that wrote this letter, and for anybody else that needs this advice. Sometimes it's things that you don't necessarily want to hear, but you know in your heart of hearts that it's probably the right thing to do. So I wish you the best of luck and have a great day.